We are live.
Are we live?
Yes.
Are we though?
Yes, so refresh.
Oh, perfect.
I think we were more confident than RCB fans because
Yeah.
we had written RCB win thriller even before RCB had won the thriller. But that 6, I think, literally nailed it. Huh? DK6, that was?
I
Yes.
think DK6 nailed it, but how did it get here?
Yeah.
Like, I can't still wrap my head around. I thought it's going to be an easy victory for RCB. I thought they were going to cruise, and then they were 17 for 3, and
Suddenly
I
it was
just don't know
anyone's
what
game.
happened to them.
Yeah. That's the thing, but I don't understand. I was for sure, and again, we guys know we've made enough references to the fact that where my loyalties lay. I was like, there's no way they're making a hash of this, right? Well, they almost did. I mean, I don't understand how, but in the end, good for them. They got the job done. I mean, yeah, you definitely don't want to be losing your first 2 games on the
So
trot.
I think people who are really unlucky right now are our subscribers, our family member, because tell you what, we had made a plan. It was all decided. The music was ready.
Yeah.
The music system was here. If KKR would have won, we would have played Getting Jiggy with It, and Shane was going to hit the floor and shake his leg.
I like how you mentioned getting jiggy
I
with
thought-
it of
I
all
thought-
songs, considering Will Smith has been so much in the news
My
lately.
new sense. Yeah, never done that.
also I thought he was going to perform a somersault and all. What? Just a jig and...
Oh, who do you think I am? Obama?
No,
Somersault
for
no?
somersault, he'll have to climb the stairs that he climbs every day in office.
I'll have to spend 9 hours a day climbing the stairs.
First, like, what good, how many months, then only he'll do a
So
somersault.
send in a suggestion. Shane here is trying to get into shape, and he started in right earnest. He's been climbing stairs. So our office is like 3, 4, 5 stories. Shane makes it a point every time he comes down, goes up. He's climbing stairs. In fact, today he was just going to bite into a delicious biscuit,
And I said no.
and I stopped him.
You did not just stop him, you stopped me also. Like, I had this guilty feeling when you were stopping him that I should also not be eating it, and I remember giving the biscuit back to Saransh saying, no, I don't want it. Can't eat
So my
this.
younger colleagues, I'm trying to inspire them to lose some weight and be fit. And since we are running a sports club, we call Sports Today a sports club. So we got to look sporty. And so the 2 of them have promised me that what they will do is climb stairs every day. So every time they come down to the studio and go back up to the workstation, that's 2 floors.
I have not taken the lift in the past 2 weeks.
Not taken the lift.
I've
walking.
been here for a week and I haven't taken the lift.
Very
so,
good.
yeah.
And they've been staying away from biscuits and
Basically anything pretty much unhealthy. Yeah.
very good. Shane,
I was just having soda.
my dream is to see you do that somersault eventually.
Okay.
Oh,
Give it a year or
man.
2.
It will happen.
Yeah.
I'll be the proudest when that happens.
It'll be great fun to see you somersault.
So the question that Siddhant, sum up now for our family members. What really happened in the match? Without looking at the scorecard, just sum it up. What happened?
RCB happened.
So just
RCB happened.
RCB won the toss.
RCB, I'll just give you an overview. RCB won the toss, put KKR in. KKR thought that every guy who'd come out can go all guns blazing so that they can get to 200. But they only managed 128 because every time they would hit 1-4, 2-4s, after that the guy would get out.
Yeah.
That's what happened throughout their innings. A lot of them got out like that.
Wicket takers. Quickly.
Wicket takers. Hasaranga took 4 wickets. Akashdeep, who gave away a lot of runs even this game.
In fact, I'll be honest. Before this match started, I was saying they should look for someone to replace Akash.
I think all of us thought that.
Even in my fantasy, I said that maybe Akashdeep plays this game because they would not want to make so many changes.
No, but his economy he's not going to be proud of.
45 runs he gave away.
Yeah.
45 runs Akashdeep gave away last.
But for 3 wickets, if he gives me 3 wickets,
For 45 runs.
I'll take it. 3 wickets in a T20 game. Wickets
last match he took 1 wicket for 38 runs in 3
So this is
overs.
actually an improvement in that. Good.
It's not an improvement, boss.
Wow.
Wicket
When-
taking, right?
When
Wicket
your
taking, right?
when that other team is getting all out
For
at
128,
128, then giving away 45 runs by your own self is a lot. Anyway, then RCB, I thought they'll cruise to victory. Virat Kohli 50, Faf du Plessis 50 or something on those lines. Well, they came out.
I'm going to interrupt you before you go to RCB. Now, I'm not done with KKR.
Okay, you're not
So,
done with
KKR, tell us one good reason, KKR fan Shane, that Andre Russell was sent at number 8. Try and think from KKR. Don't criticize saying yes, it's a bad decision. We know it's a bad decision. You've said it's a bad decision.
Yeah.
Now try and think from KKR's point of view. What could be the reason they've sent Andre Russell at number?
I mean, I wish I could come up with one good reason. Maybe the reason being that, they think, okay, fine, the finisher thing. But again, I think he's been vocal about this demand of, I want more responsibility for 3 years now. Give the man some more responsibility.
But captains have changed. I thought earlier he pinned it on Dinesh Karthik.
Yeah.
Now Dinesh Karthik is in the other team.
But the team management hasn't changed. No, I mean, let's be fair. McCullum and all are still very much at the helm.
So you're telling me it's McCullum and all that have decided that he
could very well be. McCullum is a pretty proactive coach in that regard. Nothing about him seems like, he's going to let the captain take every call.
I think even McCullum doesn't take his own decisions. He lets the computer take decisions for him. That's the fact.
That's a fact.
He looks at computer for every answer.
Data guy.
And then sends messages. Owen Morgan used to, they had
he was
that
very much into that.
Yeah, but then he needed a McCullum to supply him that information.
That data, yes.
In fact, I read a tweet somewhere today that KKR actually missed Owen Morgan 12 of 17 balls to stabilize the innings.
Good point.
Actually very rare.
So I
Where
read
is
that
Owen
tweet,
Morgan winning?
and I don't know who tweeted, but I laughed at it so hard because it makes sense. They came out. They hit
you must share such tweets. We also want to laugh, and our family members want to laugh.
Yes, so people were quoting that, but also Russell is also.
Has he given us an answer why Russell batted?
No, I can't come up with one quite honestly.
You still have time. Think of one reason.
The only reason I could think of was they thought, okay, maybe one of these guys finally sticks. Then he can come in and kind of do some damage later on. But again, it's very flimsy.
Well tried, not good. Go ahead, you were saying something about Russell.
So Russell I saw, by the way, I think he's also got a quick fuse that just goes off like anytime. He bowled a ball that was...
His hairstyle suggests that seriously there is a fuse that has gone off.
Yeah.
What happens when the fuse goes off? Your hair stand up. And
no, he was
become a different color.
He was complaining
about Sheldon Jackson.
Yeah. So he bowled a
bouncer,
which went like way above the batsman as well as the keeper.
Way above the keeper.
No keeper I think would have gotten. He was pissed. He's like, he's like, I don't know what he is.
What are you doing?
He's just like pointing it out to somebody like, what is this guy doing? And Sheldon Jackson keeping has to be highlighted again, was brilliant again tonight.
It was the opposite of his batting.
Pretty much. Yes.
His batting, first ball duck.
Couldn't pick a wrong one. I mean,
it's rare to see a foreign keeper, keep to spinners as well as Sheldon Jackson was.
We're gonna milk this from the IPL.
Yeah.
Okay. So you were saying?
So
that was KKR done.
KKR is done.
Now what did RCB do? Good question Siddhant raised at the start. And if you guys have an answer, I'll see some of your comments. I mean, it was an easy target. You expected RCB to get there. I mean, they tried really hard to lose this game. I think RCB is like, let's try and lose this. How best can we lose it? But
they pulled off an RCB. They pulled off an RCB. Yeah,
Who had said 49?
I have those answers actually. So I had taken note of a few people who...
Okay, so why don't you tell us... Okay, just to let you know, we make fun of our own predictions when we make them.
Sometimes 195 I said.
Sometimes we get them right, sometimes we get them wrong. Nah. But this time we were watching you. So all of you who joined us in the mid-innings, I know a lot of you made predictions. We've got a few listed. Shane, with the names.
Yeah, so Mumbai Road had actually said that a 49...
Mumbai Road is Vikrant.
Vikrant, yes.
What did he say?
So Vikrant had
actually... From Ratnagiri.
Yes. Vikrant from Ratnagiri had predicted a 49 all out.
Vikrant
Jadhav from Ratnagiri had predicted 49
all out. He had predicted 49 all out.
Actually, there was a point in the game where I actually thought it might be true.
When they were 17 for 3.
Yeah.
When Virat Kohli got out, I was like, what, are they actually going to do it again?
So Vikrant Jadhav, since he's from Ratnagiri, I've requested him to send us a box of mangoes. From Ratnagiri, Alfonso mangoes, and he replied saying yes he will. But honestly, I had started thinking, because he had predicted 49 and we laughed about it, I always started thinking,
oh dear God, it's happening.
No, if that happens, I'm going to send him a year full of, not mango, maybe apples from up.
From the hill station.
From near my house in the hills.
From basically from where Nikhil came from yesterday. Today.
So to let my family members know, some of you who missed me yesterday, and thank you so much for your messages, I had made a quick trip to the hills, to the mountains near the apples, and I had my lovely breakfast there in the morning at 10 o'clock. But at 4 o'clock I was in office because I wanted to be with you guys for
Just one
the
quick
next-
question though.
Yes.
When you were going to the hills, did you post a video of yourself with the caption "Hills Calling"? Because otherwise you didn't really go to the hills.
I did not.
Oh, real shame.
Should I do it now?
Well,
I
next
have-
time definitely.
No,
Yes,
now
so-
people know that you are here.
Yeah.
Now people
Now
know.
we're live.
So Vikrant Yadav, if your 49 would have come true, which you had predicted, I would have sent you. Thank you for crossing in the middle.
Thank you, Shivam.
I think we can.
Has gone for hotspot. Has gone to find the internet
So
somewhere.
our producer has left us in the middle. He's allowed us to do the live because usually if you are a regular watcher, you know at this time of the night he starts looking for hotspot.
Hotspot.
Yeah.
His phone data, and so sometimes he asks
No,
us
the
to
other,
share it.
like as I was pointing out, the other day he was shouting from a distance, and I could not understand. And then eventually towards the end, he's like, "Sir, hotspot de dijiye." That's what he said, "Sir, hotspot de dijiye."
Okay.
Poor guy.
Vikrant Yadav.
There were a couple of others.
Yeah,
so one
please.
was Arav, and the other was someone who went by the name India will win ICC trophy soon.
Yeah.
Both of them predicted an RCB loss, and they weren't that far off in all fairness.
Yeah.
They both said that
Well
RCB
tried.
will make. They will
Well tried.
definitely.
What are
you
their
know.
names again?
There's Arav was one.
Arav. Yes.
Yeah,
Arav.
and India will win ICC trophy soon. That was this.
That is his online
screen
digital
name.
screen.
Yeah.
name.
I mean,
Wow, people have so much belief in RCB. I can't even
Actually,
comprehend.
what's his name again? India.
will win ICC
ICC.
trophy soon.
That name says a lot of things.
Well, it will happen.
Will India win an ICC trophy soon? Well, they have a new captain in Rohit Sharma, and this IPL will give you an indication of who are going to be selected for that Indian team when they travel for the T20 World Cup in Australia this year. So, Mr. India will win ICC trophy soon. Thank you for your comment. Next time, put in your name. So, if India does win the ICC trophy soon,
We'll remember.
We
him.
know who to thank.
We'll remember.
Yeah.
him.
Anybody else?
No, these were the
Predicted.
major ones which I spotted.
Okay, let me quickly take comments of the folks that are joining us and we'll try and discuss that. A lot of you. Okay, Subhranshu Panda says, after looking at KKR from the last two matches, do you think KKR can make a place in the top four? So, Subhranshu, firstly, I think 2 games are also pretty early.
Pretty early.
And then secondly, because the difference has been so stark in their performances in the 2 games, I don't know which KKR you really need to look at. They won that earlier game. They lost this one. The only thing that is common in both the matches, I would say, that their batting has looked a bit iffy.
And the bowling has looked pretty good for the most part.
Yes, that's right. The battings look good, bowlings look good, but battings look a bit iffy because there you were chasing a low total against CSK. You found it really tough to do that. Here you couldn't put too many runs on board, 132 to be precise. And then because your bowling is really good, you were almost able to defend it before RCB clinched it. So if one area of your game is looking very good and the other not quite, then you have reasons to be worried.
Doubtful,
Because the top 4 team, now you are 10. So the top 4, you have to be good in both departments to be there. So at the moment, I don't know.
But were they in your picks?
No, they were not. I
They
think.
were not.
But I thought that they will give a close fight and to be the top 4, but may just miss out. I'm not asking Shane Bias that.
Shane bias, yes, definitely not.
Okay, so that was one question. Amit Sharma says RCB middle order is not that bad, which is actually interpreted by everyone. So what Amit is saying, everyone is saying RCB's middle order is bad, but it's really not quite that bad. Is what you're saying. Thoughts?
Thoughts? What's the middle order if you look at it?
It is bad.
It is. It doesn't.
Amit Sharma.
It doesn't inspire confidence. That is
At
one
this
thing
moment,
I'd say.
no.
Okay,
It doesn't.
I have a question. Today they send Willie, then they send Rutherford, then they send Shabazz, all
Yeah.
3 left-handers.
They kept
One after the other.
They kept
For
DK as the finisher, and that too when the off spinners were bowling.
Yeah, but why keep DK as the?
I don't know. They must, even though Shahbaz did like come off the Shahbaz move, he scored 27 of 20, took a toll on Andre
no,
Russell.
they won, but see again, RCB need to be worried still.
Yeah.
They have
By the
to-
way, for me, RCB is not making it to the top 4. Like before this tournament even began, I said
I have picked RCB to make top 4. I tell you why. Because this RCB with Maxwell Hazelwood will look very different.
Yeah, actually, with those two there, yes, they'll look like a whole
Very
different.
different. Anyway,
but
again,
still,
we're just see one thing I couldn't understand. As I said, those 3 left-handers that they send, DK we know can finish game. He can get you those quick fire. So what you did by sending these guys, Now, again, nothing against the Sherfin Rutherford or a Shahbaz Ahmed. Look at the strike rates, right? So, Willie also a strike rate of 64. Okay,
Yeah.
then you got Rutherford at 70, Shahbaz at 135, which got better later actually.
Because of his later sixes.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
so you, I mean, you were in a situation, probably if that 6 didn't happen, you were in a situation where you could have lost the game. I'm saying, why even reach that stage? Yes, you lost those 3 wickets quickly, but you got batting, and we've discussed this before.
Yeah.
You got batting till number 9. Harshal Patel showed you that he's a good batsman. If you got that send DK there, probably he would have finished the game in the 18th, 19th over.
Or even if he didn't finish it, he would have got you quick fire runs and made it easier
Yeah.
on the lower order.
And then you could have got a runner ball by Shahbaz or a Shafiq.
And in fact, look at it
I
this
don't
way.
know.
If Harshal
That's-
didn't score
but-
that 4 of the last ball of the 19th over,
Venkatesh Iyer.
it would have been a very tight
Yeah.
final over. It
Exactly.
would not have been this simple.
Oh, by the way, I mean, Shreyas Iyer giving that over to Venkatesh Iyer, pretty interesting. Did a good job. Apart from that 4.
That is also because Andre Russell wasn't bowling well.
Yes, I think he wouldn't have turned to Venkatesh
I
if
think
Andre
they
Russell
would
was
have
bowling well.
put Tim Saudi as the penultimate over if Russell was bowling well. He would have.
Yeah,
got
but they
2
had to
overs
bowl
at
them
the
out
end.
early.
But then he decided that he'll only give 1 over to Russell, and that's why he
Quick
put Saudi
question.
early.
Quick question. The spinners did well. Why no overs to Nitish Rana? Could have got him a bit earlier. Russell
Yeah.
went for a plenty.
2.2 overs, 36 runs.
Yeah, actually, you know, Rana is someone who KKR have in the past kind of used
Yes.
as
He has
a plug-in
picked wickets.
over.
He has
yes,
picked
and he
wickets.
picks wickets. Yes, he might go for a few, but he'll get you a couple of breaks.
Answer my question. Why not? Any thoughts?
No, I don't think.
Send Iyer a tweet, na?
Yeah, I think
Shreyas
I'll do
Iyer.
that.
Again, now if I'll criticize his captaincy, people will say he gets after him. No, I'm just saying. In fact, I think he did a good job with the resources.
I
that
think he
had.
did a
And with
good job.
considering the fact that they were
But I'm
defending
saying
this.
now
He made a game out of something he
128.
thought would be.
I know that
One bit
hindsight,
after.
right? It's 2020 vision, yes. But again, your spinners did well. Both Narayan, Varun Chakravarti.
Yeah.
Nitish Rana
No,
is an option.
Varun
And
Chakravarti-
Venkatesh Iyer also actually, apart from that 4 was good.
No, but
Maybe
Varun
you got him
Chakravarti
earlier.
was a little expensive considering he
Yeah.
gave away 30.
Yeah, but when he was actually putting it in the right areas, he
No,
was
the
struggling
problem
with
with Varun Chakravarti today was 2 dots, 1 6.
Yeah.
Things were like that.
No, so why not more overs to Venkatesh Iyer?
He
If
could
you
have,
had
he
that
could have.
faith
In
to
fact-
give him that 19th over,
Yeah.
you could have made a game because RCB was helping you win that game. They were trying their best that KKR can.
Exactly.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know.
In fact, for me, 2 of my fantasy calls which went well.
What did you do?
One was about Venkatesh Iyer having a bowl because they did not bowl him last game, and the other one was I said David Willey will be tried as a pinch hitter in the middle order, which
They tried, but it
did
didn't really work
happen.
out.
Even though they're two, basically Willey and Sherfin Rutherford both are explosive batsmen.
Yeah.
Look at their strike rate in this game.
64 and 70.
No, but unless this was a thought by the management that bat like that, you need to finish the game. Again, I find it hard to believe. They are stroke makers, and in fact, Sherfin Rutherford, we've spoken here on this platform so many times that he's a big hitter. That's what he's known for. Bring him, or I don't know. I'm just again trying to look at reason. These guys don't get too many opportunities. They're
So
like,
they were
okay,
being safe.
yeah, let me be safe, let me get my runs. Otherwise, if I get out early, then I may not get a chance to play another
Also-
game. Maxwell is coming back.
Also at 17 for 3, if it would have been some 20 odd or 30 for 5,
Then you're
by
in
any
real
chance,
trouble.
then you are almost out of the game. They had a 45 run partnership.
Back till number 9, yeah.
But that number 9 already came, na? Like in this game, they somehow managed to get there
Get even
with their
Harshal
number
on
9
the
only.
record.
My
Yeah.
entire point is if both of them would not have had that 45 run partnership, even though it was extremely slow, that I had to say, I think they would have
There.
found it hard.
Shivam again.
Shivam, did you
He's
get your
crossing
hotspot?
as if
No, but I
nothing
don't
is
think he
happening.
got in the shot, so it's okay.
No, but I told you to use that one, na? That's also on 3. No, use that. This is one-eyed always, I tell you. Go to that. See, much better. Not this one. This is an emergency situation. This is much better. Otherwise, he get one-eyed. You can just not see him.
एक आँख है, दोस्तों, I have 2 eyes.
Okay, Austin Almighty says, share your thoughts. He says Shahbaz is the game changer with those 2 crucial sixes.
Yeah, because they were kind of, at that point, things had really slowed down. And you got the feeling that if, RCB didn't, break the shackles, then KKR might just have made that pressure play.
Without Shahbaz's innings, they would have lost this game. They would have lost this game. Because, by the way, they were struggling.
You don't think DK can get you like
DK had
30 runs in 15 balls.
No, but DK
10
had only
balls,
4 more
12
balls left. He would have had to hit like
He
some
would have hit, yeah.
3-4 sixes.
Have faith in DK.
Arey, I have faith in DK. Okay, boss. But I am saying my problem was Willie and Rutherford were so slow at one point that you needed somebody to come out and just hit a few sixes or fours. That's what this guy did, Shahbaz Ahmed. Even though a lot of people questioned that two lefties were batting, there are off spinners bowling, and then you again send another left-hander.
Yeah.
Why would you send another left-hander? But that worked.
Quick answers to your questions. Laden Gamer Whitey says, why not Umesh Yadav given the overs in the death when he was high on confidence? Which captain thinks Russell and Venki are better bowlers than Umesh? But Umesh had finished 4 overs.
Yeah, and Umesh has never been a death bowler.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
literally never.
No, but I'm very impressed with Umesh Yadav.
Umesh Yadav,
Very impressed.
I will tell you why Umesh Yadav is on fire. I mean, firstly, RCB discarded him.
I think you saw Virat's face.
I thought that's a given now.
RCB. No, that's one. And the other bit is that no other team was betting big on him. What that does is very interesting.
Yeah.
India's fast bowling attack for the World Cup. I keep saying that whole musical chair is so interesting and it keeps changing. I think other than Jasprit Bumrah, I don't think anyone's name you could write.
Guaranteed at this
because
point.
Mohammad Shami, before this IPL started, he's had an outstanding game. So now he's suddenly come into the picture. But I'm saying one game he does. Siraj was being spoken of, had a bad game, then a good game.
No, but Siraj I would not take.
No, but you may not. You have a personal bias. People
I don't have
against you
I have been very vocal about Siraj. I have really liked him as a test bowler, but in limited overs cricket, I am not so sure about him.
They retained him, RCB invited.
That is what my problem was. I was very surprised when they retained him.
No, so listen to the number of bowlers. There is Umesh Yadav, now there is Mohammad Shami, there is Mohammad Siraj, there is Avesh Khan, T. Natarajan is fit now, Harshal Patel, Bhuvaneshwar Kumar.
Don't forget a wild card like maybe a
Deepak Chahar, Shardul Thakur.
Yeah.
Bumrah is given.
Bumrah is given.
9 other options are picked. Maximum 4 will go. Or 3 more apart from Bumrah.
Apart from
4,
Bumrah.
or maybe I don't know 4 more. At
So,
best.
but okay.
5 of them won't go.
After that first game, are you taking Hardik Pandya?
Hardik Pandya I'm going to take. But I'll wait for Hardik Pandya
to prove his fitness
in this
for a longer
entire
period.
IPL. Still time. But Hardik Pandya's confidence I love.
Yeah.
Bowling 4 overs, bowling at 140,
full
timing
boss.
it amazingly.
Full boss.
Boss mode he's on.
Yeah.
So Hardik Pandya, yes. Okay, quickly taking a few more questions. Avinash, are we saying how are the playoffs decided? 2 from each group or no?
No.
Top 4 teams.
Top 4.
So no 2 from each group. Top 4. They play according to the groups, but at the end you will just see the top 4 teams come in. So our chat box is moving rather fast.
It's way too fast. Like I'm finding it very hard to read also, and before that,
Taha Kazmi says, you guys can answer that. How good was Shreyas Iyer? I mean, KL Rahul that day lost when they were on the verge of winning, but Shreyas almost made the game. I agree with you, Taha. He was good. Now, maybe a thing or two he could have looked at, as we said. I don't know. Maybe Venkatesh Iyer could have come a little earlier, especially because Russell had a bad game, and in that way, then he didn't need to bowl the last over. I don't know. Maybe that's
something. Russell bowled 2 overs, and even then, when you would have thought you'd bring in somebody like a Venkatesh Iyer, you had 1 over of Sunil Narayan, right? So you had to give him that over. I think what Shreyas did was the best he could do according to the situation. He had no other option. He gave Sunil Narayan the over to put more pressure on them. He gave Saudi the over, which gave them 2 wickets and got them back into the game.
Yeah.
It was just that he wanted Venkatesh Iyer to bowl that penultimate over, which was just.
So he said something in the press conference, as Yash Velankar is pointing out. This game will test team's character and how to handle such situations. This is what Shreyas Iyer has said post the match. He says, what do you all think about KKR's character to come out and try to defend 128? No, that's, I think Yash, great character that they came out to defend. But you must also remember, when they were chasing a small total, they themselves found the
batting was a bit iffy.
Yeah. They got into a tricky position. So as we discussed earlier, I think KKR's bowling is so good. I don't know, it kind of reminds me of SRH at one point, where their batting would get anything.
They won games based on their bowling only.
Yeah, correct. But they defended any total.
Yes,
So I don't know whether KKR can do exactly that.
This was the time when Siddharth Kaul, Bhuvneshwar Kumar, Sandeep Sharma, everybody was
Rashid Khan.
Rashid Khan.
All four of them were always bowling and always bowling really well.
Bhuvi at that time was impossible to get any runs.
Bhuvi was the best bowler in the country at that time.
The
in
depth
terms
was
of the
outstanding.
pace bowler. Then Bumrah became the best.
No, so that's their stronger point at the moment.
But RCB did RCB.
Virat Kohli, what do you make of
I'm actually,
Virat's fan?
I told you so before also, in the sense I thought this will be the time Virat Kohli will get back to form. Okay.
Yes.
I
If you
thought-
saw our pre-match show, Rajshri
Was predicting or expecting
100.
Yeah.
No, but to be fair to Rajshri, I think he accepted it as much. It was more of editor
An
Rajshri
editor,
talking,
yeah.
who wants the buzz in the IPL to come. And I think for that you desperately need Virat Kohli. 100 today, I don't know.
He started off really well.
Yeah, he started with a 4.
Yeah.
He then managed to hit another boundary where it was again crisp looking shot, textbook Virat Kohli. And then he falls to the most old trick in the book, and one that's troubled him for years. That weird little corridor of uncertainty outside the off stump, and that's it.
I think Kohli, I don't know, I really want him to get back to form. I really want to see that old Kohli back from the 2016 season where everything he was touching was
touched
gold.
yeah.
That I don't know what has gone wrong. Poor guy is just not getting those runs, and poor guy is just not looking in that sort of touch that you'd expect from India's best batsman.
Yeah, I mean, as
It's
Shane pointed out, that
and that ball had extra zip also, the one that got him out.
but
also
it's
he was
not
trying to
Gabba or something.
he was trying to
exactly.
play it forward. No, but the extra bounce we saw, even Kolkata got troubled by it. In their first, Venkatesh Iyer, the way he got out was he was trying to play, but the ball bounced big on him.
So the other interesting bit is this is played at DY Patil, this game.
Yeah, I think
that
it was
today.
DY.
Yes, it was DY Patil.
Yes.
Same ground where
205.
RCB played their first game, where I don't know whether that's a reflection of the teams that were participating. Great batting strength, both of them, and probably the bowling is the weaker area for both teams.
Yeah.
That's why you had 205 chase down. Today, same ground, of course, a different strip they used.
Yeah.
And the word that Faf used at the start of the game was
Tacky.
tacky.
Yeah.
Somebody said it was dry, but it couldn't have been that different. Same ground, completely different kind of a game, very low scoring encounter, which again proved to be very tough for the team that was chasing. So it'll be interesting. See, because usually each ground gives you a character. I remember when you were playing in the Middle East, you know exactly what would
kind of
happen in
ground you're
Sharjah,
getting.
what will
Yeah.
happen in Abu Dhabi, what will happen in Dubai. In fact, in India also, you knew when the game was in Wankhede, when it was in Chennai,
Yeah.
what you would get.
Poles apart as far as
Exactly,
games are
and they are a
concerned.
character, but this is very interesting. 2 games. Again, I'm not passing a judgment on the ground yet because we don't know whether it's the kind of teams that were pitted against each other. Maybe that KKR bowling is that outstanding and RCB batting not so good. I don't know, but we'll have to wait on that. But I think this IPL needs a big knock from.
I really hope Virat gets back to form somehow.
Yeah.
India needs him. India needs Virat Kohli of the old to give them that impetus that they'll need on Australian pitches for them to win that title. I really don't think without Virat Kohli in form, we are going to win that title.
It's there somewhere. Like when he was playing today, you saw the glimpses.
And even
Problem
RCB is going to find it hard without Virat Kohli in form.
Yeah, definitely. Their middle order will not look as stable.
Without Virat, it looks very
Very shaky.
So Amit is pointing out, Amit Khajuria, he joins us very often. He's saying suddenly Umesh is coming into the radar of the T20 World Cup, which is exactly what I pointed out a short while ago. I completely agree with you because he had actually fallen off the radar. We were only talking about, other guys. At least we were talking about whether Siraj comes in or whether it will be, Avesh Khan
or Harshal.
Yeah, exactly. Nobody was talking about Umesh. So good on him, yeah. Maybe it's that fire he needed of teams not picking up in the auction.
Also, he was previously pretty successful at KKR when he was there.
Yeah,
He was there in the 20...
looking at the man of the matches, I think he had one of the highest number of man of the matches in IPL.
Yeah, because he was one of the him and Morne
I was seeing a
Morkel.
stat the other day.
Him and Morne Morkel were pretty potent new ball for this thing for KKR at that point. Very good tandem, and he would often be a very key bowler. Yeah, sometimes he'd go for runs,
Also,
but again,
that reminds you how long he has been playing.
Yes.
He's been playing at this level for a long time now.
He was a prospect in like 2009.
Also the Kohli wicket, as I was saying, he got fooled by the bounce.
Yeah, he did.
Umesh, I don't know. Again, we look at these things. Umesh bowling to RCB, bowling to Virat Kohli, who, by the way, was one of the most vocal supporters of Umesh Yadav. I remember, because Virat Kohli, you have to give him his credit. Virat Kohli is one of those captains who put all his faith into Indian fast bowling,
bowlers.
said that no,
Absolutely.
we'll have
We
a
need
battery of
pacers,
fast
yeah.
bowlers, we'll win abroad with fast bowlers. And Umesh was one of those guys who was really, essential to his plans. So yes, of course, I mean, after that, didn't have a great time in the
RCB,
IPL,
yeah.
and then RCB let him go. Now he's playing against them, playing against Virat. Maybe that extra bounce that you see comes from that extra effort that Umesh may have put because of who the batsman is. But this is what makes sport very interesting.
We talked about Kohli, but I want to also talk about Andre Russell. Do you think similar thing is happening with him? Like he's completely out of form. He's not bowling at that same level that you expect of him. Plus he hit 2-3 sixes, but for the last couple of years, you're not seeing those long innings from him where he would get 70 of 30 balls or 60 of 25.
But to be
deliveries
fair,
and all.
how consistently did Russell do this anyway for us to expect that?
No, but for KKR,
He had that
one season.
one season.
Yeah, but
yes.
that's the game. One season.
But that's my point. That were we fooled because of that one season?
Actually, see, it's yes and no. Because one of the key reasons, and I'll go into this, is that there were a lot of performances from Russell that did kind of fly under the radar because they probably weren't happening in the IPL. So, of course, I think this is a story which Gambhir had shared, is that the only reason KKR signed Russell was because they needed a backup to Jacques Callis, who was in the team at that point. They only needed a backup, and so they went for him because they got him on the cheap. But at that point, this is in the 2012 time. This is when KKR were winning titles and were also playing the Champions League T20.
Yeah.
I'm struggling to remember which match it was. I think it was in 2012, where I think KKR's top order, and this is the time when they had Gambhir and all at the top. So the top order was very solid. Top order collapsed in the Champions League T20. Russell comes into bat at like 6. No one really knew how well he could bat. Out of nowhere, rescues the game.
But he has done that in the past.
No, but that's what I'm saying. But has he done it consistently apart from that one season? Is that then our folly then to expect him that, oh, this is the
No,
guy?
but every now and then I am saying, like, in terms of the performances, they would come every few games from Russell.
Yeah.
He would provide you that finish. That just isn't happening.
They
right
need
now.
to back him higher up the order.
I think
number 8,
today,
actually, that's the point.
Today,
Yeah, really,
that's a
even
valid
number
point. They
8 ain't
wasted
gonna
him.
At number 8, it's just a waste. You cannot be having a batsman.
Also, he had no other way to bat.
Yeah, he knew if he was gone, then that's it. It's
He
the
just
tail
knew
end.
that he has to go out and smash because that's what everyone else did.
And he had to go out and smash while it's also preserving his wicket. It's a very hard tightrope to walk.
Yeah, but again, send him a bit higher up the order. He could spend some time on the wicket and then go and bang.
It's basically do what Gale started doing later on. Take 3-4 balls, maybe an over. Gale, in fact, used to take half an innings and then be going smash bang.
But
at
then
everyone.
he'd make up later.
Exactly.
Okay, taking a few more questions. Subhranshu Panda, do
Another
you think
big
KKR is
fan.
short of one specialist bowler in today's match? I think they had 5 bowlers.
Yeah.
If I'm counting Russell in that, and I'm counting him as a specialist bowler because he is good enough.
Also, they've got 6th and 7th option. In
That's
terms
what I'm
of
saying. So they
Venkatesh
didn't go
Iyer.
to the 7th option,
Yeah.
which was
Nitish
Nitish
Rana.
Rana.
Nitish Rana.
They went to the 6th option only at the end and bowled him
who was
one
actually
over.
pretty decent. Venki did okay considering.
So I think most teams have about 7 options where 5 will be regular bowlers and 2 would be.
And the thing
mixture.
with Russell is, like, right now his bowling looks a little out of rhythm.
Yeah.
When he's in rhythm, he's hitting the 140 pace and troubling batsmen. Maybe sometimes he's that a bit of a slow starter also when it comes to his bowling, because he's been wayward right now. There's no two ways about it. He was horrible with the ball.
Also, I'm
today.
not too sure. Again, like with Russell, this has been a problem for the past 2 seasons. How fit is he?
Yeah, that's
nobody
been a
knows
question mark for years now.
Like I think so, plays with like at best 80% fitness. I've never seen him completely fit
That
in a
is-
long
yeah.
time.
Because-
And we would not know it properly because the franchise won't declare it out in the open.
Yeah.
But again, today he was sort of moving like he's
was-
got a
he was
niggle,
ambling. He was ambling.
He was completely. So I thought maybe he's not that fit.
Yeah.
That's always a possibility with him.
And with Russell, that's been the case for a number of seasons.
From even 2018, when he went on that blitz, that was the year I remember he would stopped bowling as much. He would be, I think, because he'd go for that big swing, back problems started cropping up. So you never really know exactly how fit he is.
Okay, Aarti Mishra, thank you for your comment. Yes, everything is great. We're having a good time, and you'll see me more often on Sports Today. So this is where you can catch all of us. We're here every day before the start of the game, middle of the innings, and at the end. Vikrant Yadav saying, please make a show on top 3 rivalries of IPL. So think about this, like top 3 rivalries of IPL and why they are top 3. We could do a video
do a deep
on that.
dive on that.
Yes,
It'll be an
let's do it.
interesting
I think it's a
thing.
very
Yeah,
interesting
very
idea.
interesting
Thank you so
idea.
much, Vikrant Yadav. We'll definitely make a video on that and do a very in-depth sort of a video as to why X, Y, Z. Maybe do 3 different videos.
Yeah, 3 different videos we could actually
explaining that
dedicate to this.
rivalry of their fans and stuff like that. Right. Thank you for that. Okay, Yash Velankar, who also watches us very often, says tomorrow's game, LSG CSK, it would be the first derby between. Oh, Yash, first derby between Sports Today's Sid.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yes,
yeah.
actually, that is correct.
Well, I must tell you that I picked both Lucknow Super Giants and CSK as my playoff picks. So I expect both of them to reach there.
No, but get to the point. Just for people who don't know, this Sid Siddhant, Lucknow Super Giant fan, the other Sid Siddharth, who's not here today,
will be back tomorrow.
Who's got a day off and must be enjoying in the comfort of his house.
Or just watching us. It is entirely possible he's watching us.
But what part of what we both are saying is not the same? I said enjoying. And not watching us is, what do you mean? That's enjoyment. Sitting at home and enjoying. You said or watching us. That means watching us is not enjoyment.
No, he's definitely watching us and enjoying at the same time.
So he may be doing that. So Siddharth Vishwanathan is a big CSK fan. Remembers every CSK game. If something happens, he'll say, last time CSK did this.
We need to have him wear yellow tomorrow.
It's borderline annoying, that guy, because of his CSK.
If you're watching Siddharth, please wear yellow
tomorrow.
And don't give us excuses why.
But let's not punish him. He'll have to wear that
horrible blue.
Ugly blue.
I'll wear a blue maybe, but I'm not wearing
that.
Is that
horrible. Blue or is it green?
I don't know what color is that.
It's a very bad color.
First of all,
doesn't look good.
Whoever designed Lucknow Super Giants jersey, boss, if I have to give business, I will never give it to you.
Yeah.
Like, horrible.
Yeah. Me too. Another.
And
Shivam is up.
And he's a Lucknow fan.
Yes. It's really bad, that jersey.
Bappaditya Karan, who watches us from London. It must be evening time there, right? He says, this looks like a very open IPL till now. Punjab and Delhi look to be the top picks. Early days though. By the way, my choices were top 4 fast bowlers in the World Cup because we were talking about it. Says Bumrah, Chahar / Shardul, so one of the two.
Because Chahar, actually, remember, is a long-term injury. So
no, but Chahar, I think, starts favourite. He's very good with that.
Especially the power plays,
picks up those wickets. I'd go
He'll
with him.
bowl 3 overs in the power play.
I'll pick him ahead of Shardul any day.
Yes.
Then he says Bhuvi and Harshal. That's very interesting. Bhuvi's got that second coming. Now I can see him get into some rhythm and kudos to Rohit Sharma to have had that.
He bowled well. In that first game also that they lost by a huge margin.
India also.
He was the best bowler.
India also. The last
games, agreed.
In fact, to be honest, after the last T20 World Cup, I thought he was done.
Yeah.
But now he's had that. Maybe, it takes time and maybe the captain also having a word with him, which we are hearing that Rohit has.
And he's done that with a lot of players supposedly.
Yeah. So, I mean, for an Indian team, if you're an Indian fan, you'd love to see a in-form Bhuvi. Because white ball he can do.
And if he can swing that,
no, the Yorker that will.
A sight.
At the depth, he won't give you a single ball other than that perfect Yorker for you to hit. So it'll be like 6 runs at best. Single, that's all. Nothing else he'll give you. If you can have that Bhuvi back.
But the problem is at times that his pace, if he's not getting it right, somebody can.
Okay, Prashant has a very interesting question. DK a contender for World T20? Let's say he has an outstanding IPL.
No.
Not now, probably. But if he has an outstanding IPL, he might have a shout. But again, where do you
build it up with like so much excitement?
No, man, I said no. I'm sorry to disappoint you, Nikhil. But because I'll tell you why.
By the way, I will also say no. But I thought you would give like no, maybe.
No, I just said no because there's Rishabh Pant, there's Ishan Kishan, and I don't think you're gonna look beyond them. And if it comes down to that, you can make KL Rahul keep wickets also. Yeah. So I don't think DK is gonna get into that side unless and until he pulls off something extraordinary, makes RCB win the title or something.
Okay, a few questions I'm going to take.
So he's
KKR fans just started laughing.
so he's not bringing it into the game basically.
You think
So RCB is not winning it for
you
sure.
think
that means.
DK played a role today in
definitely.
KKR losing with all the secrets he told them?
Okay, that is something we need. We need to be a fly on
That's
the
how
wall
you
to know
got
for sure.
like early wickets they got and
See, I don't know, but he definitely played a role with the bat. Because
Yeah.
without that finishing knock, RCB were looking shaky, for sure.
Yeah, he must have been like, oh, I have done this in the nets. Let me try.
Actually, who's the person he practiced his finishing with the most? Abhishek Nair, who's currently part of the coaching staff of
KKR.
Yes.
Yep.
So he had practiced a lot with
Also,
Nair.
DK has been very vocal about how Abhishek Nair helped him,
yes,
during those troubled times. So everybody knows.
Okay, let me
about
take a few quick questions. Ishman Alag says, Nikhil sir, the battle to watch will be between Punjab batsmen and RR and Gujarat Titan bowlers. I agree with you. RR and Gujarat Titans at
Are
the moment best
two
bowling
best
attacks.
bowling attacks.
For me, RR, they just about
RR.
shaded. Just about. It's not
But
by
can I
much.
tell you? But I'll tell you now. There is a rider to it. I'll tell you. And this game happened in Pune, where bowling in the second inning, fast bowlers are going to look very, very menacing. Wait for other teams to also bowl.
Okay.
That is not to say that Prasidh Krishna isn't world class. I love him, and I think he's another name we missed out when we were discussing
Prasidh,
the
actually,
Indian
yes.
bowlers.
Because he
doing
was
white
doing
ball.
very well in the recent white ball
So that
series.
makes our options. If you haven't
Also-
seen that video at the start, we discussed about after Umesh Yadav's performance, how he had dropped out of radar. We think there are now about 10 other bowlers in contention other than Bumrah.
Yeah.
Bumrah is a number one name, you right?
Yeah.
10 other bowlers, fast bowlers who could be in contention for the World T20 spot. And out of that, one of them happens to be Prasidh Krishna. But yeah, Ishman, that's a good point. A lot of questions, so I'll quickly take them. Anshul Mishra says, Nikhil sir, can you please tell why players like Stark, Stokes leave IPL with so much ease? That's interesting.
That's the
but Stark has a lot of injury issues.
Injury issues plus this personal preference. Also, you have to understand these players have been involved in a bubble for a long time now. A lot of them, I'll tell you why Jason Roy, if he would have been picked for a bigger amount of money, he probably would have come here. But because he realized that he only got picked for 2 crores. No, I'm not even kidding. Because for them,
See, that's one thing you get on sports today, honesty.
honesty. Because
No sugarcoating.
you have to understand that.
I'm the literal designated KKR fan. What sugarcoating exactly?
But yeah, so they got him for 2 crores and that was his base price. And he probably must have thought,
But
boss,
Stark has done this very often.
Stark has done this very often.
And 1 year, in fact, KKR signed him for big money and he pulled out.
Yeah.
It's
And so money
a
is not an
phenomenon.
issue for Stark.
No, but like people like Cummins are still coming here, right? Because they are being paid the big bucks.
But
in
Stark got
comparison.
paid.
In comparison.
When Stark was signed by KKR,
Stark had injury issues that season.
yeah, he had
Stark
injury
had injuries
issues.
issues that season, and sometimes when you have injury problems, you don't want to put your international career at risk because that's the first thing you look at.
True.
All these players who are here for the IPL, if it comes down to choosing the IPL or their international careers, they'll choose international
Especially
careers.
regulars.
Except a few other countrymen like teams from Zimbabwe, players there might choose
Or
IPL.
someone like
some
a
like
Chris
South
Lynn.
Africa also for that matter.
Someone like a Chris
they
Lynn.
are playing against Bangladesh, but all of them are here playing the IPL. So
Yeah.
it depends from boat to boat, and because Australia, England, and India are the richest boats in
They
the world,
probably don't need that
the
money
players
that
don't
much.
need to do that.
Ritwij Shandelia says, good evening from Leeds. Good evening to you as well. He's watching us from Leeds.
Leeds, huh?
Are you a
I've
Leeds
been-
United fan?
No, please don't be.
Why?
Because I'm a Manchester United fan.
No, but come on.
Then again, I can't,
Bielsa. You have to be.
I can't say that Chelsea
Bielsa
and Leeds
is
also have a
gone.
rivalry.
He is gone, but
Yeah,
Bielsa
Jesse
is
Marsh.
gone.
what a coach.
What a
You're
coach
not. But
indeed.
his comment, I missed that comment. And he says, your shows are so amazing and informative. Keep it up. And he loves to watch it. Thank you so much, Ritwij. Tell your friends as well. Anyone who enjoys some in-depth analysis, some great cricket stories and stats, that's what we offer. We call ourselves a sports club. And all we do is discuss sports. So join us. And we try and,
Be
bring
part
in
of the
your-
discussion.
Yeah,
we try and
absolutely. We
bring
love it.
Sometimes we learn from you guys as well. So that's
Yeah,
why we bring in those
like that
insights.
rivalries videos idea.
Yeah. So Prashant's question I've taken. Nishant Thakur says, I've seen a captain like Dhoni and Rohit after many days. You all have to admit that Shreyas is a better captain than Rahul, but if he wants to captain India, he has to perform for India first. Nishant, I'd have to agree with you.
Yeah.
Between KL and Shreyas,
Shreyas is the better captain.
Definitely.
By some miles.
Definitely.
Yeah. But Shreyas, also has to perform. And again, I'm looking at Test cricket. I think white ball cricket will be pretty much there. The only weakness you see in his batting is against genuinely quick short pitch bowling.
Yeah.
And for that, I would really want him to perform well in overseas Test matches.
Yeah.
So that would be his true test. If he can do
I
that,
think he's going to get the chance soon.
he will.
He
Yeah,
is
he's
gonna
part
get
of the
that
testing.
chance soon,
No, and I would want him to get that chance simply because for any batsman who's getting runs at home, he must pass that
The next
test.
natural progression is getting runs away.
Not only for the batsman to allow him to do that, but also for us to let him see that. Why should anyone get the easy runs here and not do the
Not
hard
get-
yards?
yeah, exactly.
So for us also to really make a comment on him, he must play there. So yeah. Austin Kuna, where have you been? You have seen your comment
Yeah,
so late.
hardly.
He's always there.
Austin, you don't come see us that often now.
Okay, he has a question. Do you think RCB has used players like Harshal, Maxwell and DK better than previous teams? Can't wait for Virat and Yuzi on 5th April. Austin, I'll answer your second bit first. Virat versus Yuzi on 5th
Should be
April would
interesting.
be very interesting. And what I would love for it to happen is that Virat comes, starts well. I would want him to start well. And as soon as he gets a few boundaries,
Then
the
bring in
first
Chahal.
over, the captain brings in Yuzi Chahal, which a lot of teams now do, bring in the leggy.
Yeah.
It's not Yuzi and in particular, but anytime that Virat is batting, they bring in a leggy. You saw Liam Livingston come, though that move didn't really work for Punjab Kings.
But the strategy is there.
Yeah, is there. So they'll bring in Yuzi. And I love their banter also, Yuzi saying, no one asked me to stay, but someone is saying, oh, you are always a...
But credit to Yuzi, today he tweeted about Hasaranga, by the way.
He did.
Yeah.
No, Yuzi is one of the most sporting
very
guys.
positive tweet for Hasaranga.
One of the most sporting guys. Yuzi Chahal.
Shout out to you for being that sporting.
Yeah, he takes jokes also very well. Yeah, now to his earlier question, he says, do you think RCB has used players like Harshal, Maxwell and DK better? First, let me say, RCB, unfortunately, has been one team that has not used players well. Let's be honest. I think the biggest criticism that came RCB's way always was that they never used players. In fact, anyone who left RCB and joined a different franchise
Somehow
did
that became better. Yeah.
Umesh Yadav.
Yeah, Umesh Yadav.
No, the way he said it, it became better.
I think there were 3 players at one point who defined RCB. It was Kohli, AB, Gale.
And AB.
And everyone else. That used to be the RCB mantra.
Everyone
at one
else
point.
was dispensable.
Yes.
And I think AB is the only player among all of them because Gale was already at the top of his level. But I'm saying that when AB came to RCB, he just became a different player.
And he elevated that side.
Yes. That was with AB. Chris Gale to an extent, but apart from them,
Chris Gale 2011.
But apart from them, who else? Ask Pune Warriors India.
Oh my! I asked KKR. He played the first game against us, and he was absolutely hammering because KKR had let him go. No one brought him back. He was signed as a replacement.
KKR also remembers their first game against RCB.
Oh my God! Yeah.
Brendan McCullum, 158.
Rithwij has replied saying, yes, Nikhil, I'm a big fan of Leeds United.
Oh wow!
But I must say, I have a huge inclination towards cricket, and yes, I'm a fan of the Yorkshire County Cricket Club. Of course you are.
Couldn't have picked one of the more traditional, I don't know, powerhouses.
Jeffrey Boycott.
Yeah, and all, but we have to talk about what has happened
Michael
in recent
Vaughan.
times.
Yeah.
They've been caught in a huge racism
Not good.
scandal.
Yeah. For that reason, you must tick your club off.
But I've been to Leeds.
Leeds, yes, so have I. Beautiful place. Jasnoor Singh, one of our regular watchers, he says,
Jasnoor.
Nikhil sir, I hope Russell will not play on Friday against Punjab Kings. Why? Jasnoor is a Punjab Kings fan. And as a Punjab Kings fan,
maybe that's why he hopes.
As a Punjab Kings fan with the kind of firepower you guys possess now, I think you'd want that to happen because you would want to see your side chase down some big totals.
As a KKR fan, would you want that?
Russell to play? Yeah, for sure. You don't not play the guy. The problem is where you use him at this point, which is, I don't know, it's very baffling.
Number 8.
Number 8 for Andre Russell. That was surprising.
Prashant Sharma says, this is an interesting question. If you can take it, we'll take it, not a problem. Saurabh Kale is asking, where's Sid? Saurabh, we discussed that. Go back into the video and see where's Sid.
Today.
So
He's
you've
watching
come
us
late.
from home
What
tonight.
that tells me, you're late.
He joined us
so
late, yeah.
Go back tomorrow. We've told him to come in his yellow
shirts,
jersey,
yeah.
or he won't be allowed inside office. Yes, sorry. Prashant's question was: he said Shoaib Akhtar in one of his interviews said that Babar Azam could have got 15 to 20 crores in IPL. Isn't his strike rate way below par to make such a claim? Interesting question. Let's try and think about it. See, who were the batsmen who went for the biggest sum this time?
Ishan Kishan.
Ishan
Shreyas.
Kishan.
Ishan
Shreyas
Kishan was the highest.
Yeah.
highest.
Yeah.
We're talking about all the highest. So,
I am saying,
Then Nicholas
I am
Purano.
saying Babar Azam's strike rate, yes, there have been questions about it, but it hovers around Virat Kohli, around that, you would say.
What is his actual?
But by the way, if I was picking among the Pakistani players, more than Babar Azam, I would have definitely picked Mohammad Rizwan.
Yeah, Rizwan.
Number one pick.
Yes.
Rizwan would have-
Rizwan bats top of the order, brilliant strike rate, and the way he paces innings, I find him a better T20 player than Babar
Absolutely,
Azam,
absolutely.
according to me.
Absolutely. No, his point is, see, we don't know. It all depends on supply and demand. But yeah, some of these batsmen,
Definitely
you gotta
not 15
also remember
crores.
they wouldn't have got 15 crores. I'll tell you why. Because foreign batsmen don't get that kind of money.
money.
That's all.
Correct. You will have to go with Indian batsmen and because again you can only have 4 foreigners. Who were the most expensive foreign pure batsmen? I mean,
Nicholas Puran and
Yeah.
Liam Livingston.
yes. So there was 11 crore. For,
11.75 crores or something, 25
Yeah.
something
Yeah.
on those.
And but again, Nicholas Puran offers you wicket keeping with Rizwan does.
and
Liam
Liam Livingston
is
can
a bowler.
bowl both off spin and leg spin.
Yeah.
So I don't know, 15 crore may be a thing, but yeah, you never know. Again, depends on the dynamics. You've seen how auctions work, what time your name comes, you know, what team is looking for.
Yeah.
Captaincy option he could have been for some teams if that. So, but yeah, he could be in the 10, 11.
You know, I mean,
for sure.
his strike rate is a little less, 129 if you go by T20 eyes. Average of 45. But T20s, that's very, very
Yeah.
good.
So there is a role for certain batsmen in each team like that.
Yes,
Yeah.
And the thing is, okay, you have to remember this is Shoaib
But not
Akhtar.
15, yeah,
This is
he'll
Shoaib.
enjoy, yeah.
He does tend to over
So take it with a bag full of salt.
Yeah.
Not
No,
pinch,
like I'll
not
give
a
you an
pinch of
example.
salt.
Yeah, not a bag.
He would have gone for somewhere around 5 to 7 crores.
For sure.
No,
That's
I
it.
think more than that.
I think that's it. No.
Why give us a...
You look at David Warner, he went for what, 6.25
Yeah, but
or
the auctions are
6.75
weird.
crores. Quinton de Kock went for that much amount. So
And
you
Quinton
don't
is a
expect
wicket-keeper,
somebody
remember?
like Babar Azam, who's
No, but why is Puran gone for that much?
Why
Puran, because they expect him to play big shots, big everything.
That's why
and
I'm saying
it
it
hasn't
just-
happened.
Alright,
Again, that is what is auction dynamic.
Yeah, I
You
remember.
never really know. Like
who
you
was the record signing in an IPL
and also
auction?
see, sorry, just one thing before
Chris
Warner.
Morris.
So also the reason why Warner has gone for less is also because he's towards the end of his career, right?
Yeah.
Now you're looking to build a future team.
Quinton
Whereas
de Kock.
Babar and all wouldn't have had
Quinton
that
de
problem.
Kock.
Quinton also, is almost
He's
let go of
29.
international cricket.
But he's 29.
He's 29.
yeah,
he's still a while.
but he's not going to be playing.
How old is Babar?
Babar would be, officially speaking, he's 27.
I don't think that makes a huge difference. I
Different, yeah.
believe
I mean, Quinton won't be as
Babar has
consistent
different
as
pedigree.
Babar.
I'll tell you
Yeah.
what, Babar is more consistent. I agree
Yeah.
with that fact, but I still think
won't
he
be.
would have fetched somewhere around 5 to 7 crores. Not more
I
than
thought
that.
he could have been a 9-10 crore. If Puran has gone for 11, yeah. he could
Again,
have
you
also
see,
gone for-
auction dynamics, as I said,
Again,
is a very
we-
weird thing.
exactly, it
Chris
also
Morris,
depends-
16 crores. Who predicted that?
Also,
Yeah.
Babar did
But
not.
that was like a small auction. They had a lot of money, and at that time,
He was
everyone
still a
was.
freak.
Also, Babar did not
Kyle
enjoy.
Jamieson, 16 crores.
Yeah.
But Babar did not enjoy a great PSL.
Yeah.
So that also gets taken into account.
Again, these are as assumptions. We could be way off the mark. Just looking
Maybe
at
he'll go for base price like Jason Roy.
But we love these questions. Yeah, this is what a sport club
Yeah,
tends to
discussion.
do, and that's what we enjoy. Ambrish Chauhan says amazing show, Nikhil and team. Love to hear serious factual discussions rather than gossip. Thank you so much. That's what
We bring
try.
you a bit of everything, by the way. We're the
Yeah.
kings of variety shows.
Yeah,
yes?
yeah. We do cheap stuff as well. We do gossip.
We were talking
Come
about
on.
Natasha Stankovic today.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Well, you were talking.
No,
about that.
Siddharth was, not me.
Not me.
Siddharth.
Okay, Web of Jen says, I feel happy when Virat is pumping in the air. He looks good in aggression. What about you? I think exactly the
Yeah.
same. I have often said A lot of people have criticized Virat for his aggression. In fact, I love him
Love
for
it.
that.
I also.
That's what makes his game.
No,
That's
I
what
tell you
makes him.
also why.
That's what
Because I
Virat
come
is.
from a generation before you guys, slightly before, a decade or so before you guys. I grew up watching two good, nice, take you to my mama type of Indian players.
Yeah, true,
You
true, true.
well behaved, who would get abused by everyone,
Yeah.
and then yet say thank you.
They'll just hold
I
their
got
hands.
fed up with it.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, I don't want nice guys. I want a guy who looks them into the eye and gives it back to them, man. And Virat did it.
As a kid.
I loved it.
No,
as a
wait,
kid,
Nikhil again fishing for compliments, saying that
10
I
years
had a
previous.
decade this, decade
No,
that.
but because maybe you guys didn't feel it that way. I felt
I mean,
it.
no, I agree with you.
So that angst, was
No, but
there.
I feel that Virat is at his best when he's like that.
Yeah.
In fact,
That is it.
for me, I think
Yeah.
one of my things which I enjoyed when I started watching cricket, and again, this is before any of your preconceived biases come into play. But I loved watching Saurav for that reason.
Yeah, absolutely. I loved him
Ganguly
too.
was
Absolutely.
good because he would take.
But that's
no
another
one's-
thing that you're a Kolkata fan.
No, but
and
that's
yeah,
why I said that's why before
You
preconceived biases kick
are
in,
Shane Bias.
not
No,
Shane
but
Dyer.
he's Shane Bias.
I think we're officially going to change my tagline here, guys.
Yeah.
And my name tag. But
Okay, Amit Sharma saying it's 12, and you guys are still answering our questions. Thank
We
you.
could
But
keep
we
going.
didn't even realize
yeah,
it.
we actually did.
Yeah.
Guys.
So-
We love cricket. We love talking about it just like you guys are watching us. Please join the discussion whenever you can.
Okay, Austin Kuna says, because we ticked off Austin saying you joined us very late.
Very
He
late,
said,
very late.
Nikhil sir, actually I'm having my exam nowadays,
Oh,
so I
no.
don't join you guys often. 10, that's a valid reason.
Very good
Please
reason,
concentrate.
actually.
No,
on
no, then you
exam.
should be watching us even more, boss. What are you talking
What, is
about,
he giving
both
a
of you?
cricket exam that he should do?
What are you
To be fair,
about?
to be
Man,
fair,
forget cricket exam. This is what you do. Like every time we are there, that's your break time. So study, watch us, talk about nonsense, and have fun at the
do
same
you think
time.
he'd be saying this if we were sponsored by an edutech firm instead? Probably not.
Yeah, but that's a
Byju's.
cue to editech firms. Don't take their
Don't
name
take the
unless
name.
they
That's why I
sponsor
said
us.
edutech firm. Yeah, come on.
That should be even though we've done a story on that.
We did a story on them. Yeah.
That was to them. Come on,
Yeah.
sponsor us. EduTech firm.
Please.
You sponsor.
Go right ahead.
You're coming to the world of sport. You could sponsor us, and that will help our sports club grow
Yeah.
and have a lot of other people joining us. I didn't finish Austin's comment. He says that I'm having my exam, blah blah blah. But once I'm done, I'll come back to being a regular
Great.
watcher.
Can't wait for
But
that,
I love
actually.
you guys. It's the best sports channel, and 100K soon. So we are inching
Fingers
towards
crossed,
that. Yeah.
yeah.
Thank
We
you.
will-
Yeah.
thank you.
Fingers crossed. Hopefully this IPL we can touch that mark.
Yeah. Advait Patak says, rate Shreyas Iyengar's captaincy. We've rated it earlier in the video. You've joined us late, so go back and then check that out. No point repeating that. So on that note, Rohit Kumar says, is Virat form a concern? Rohit, we've discussed that also.
Yeah.
We'll have to go back and check that out. Amresh Chauhan says, Bappa Aditya Karan says, I'm a huge Chelsea fan.
Oh.
He's a Lewis Hamilton supporter, so Chelsea fan.
And Lewis Hamilton supporter.
I'm also
Wow.
a Lewis Hamilton supporter. He's a Lakers fan. I was never a
I
Lakers
just
fan.
go on. Read his comment. I want you to read his comment.
You guys, please do a morning show on the NBA as well.
Oh, do we have any NBA fans?
And he's got
This-
another thing.
that's the
he
part I
says,
want to read.
when I'm in Delhi, let's run Shane. Bhag Shane Bhag.
Wow.
So, if you didn't know, we've had a major discussion on how Shane is working really hard to lose weight. And now, what I'm happier about is that you guys are going to be inspiring him even more
Yeah,
to do so.
definitely.
And Bappa Aditya is saying, when he comes from the US to India,
Yeah.
he's going to go out on a run and he'll ensure that Shane runs with him. Shane, up for it?
Definitely.
Absolutely. Okay.
I'm not too sure whether he really means it or not.
No, right now I'm a little tired. But yeah, when I'm fresh, definitely up for it.
Right now, when this is done, you and I are gonna take the stairs and go upstairs.
Oh, definitely. Yes.
We will. Suyash is a big fan. Thank you so much for joining us. I think on that note, we've gone on for very long. So
Yes.
we'll wind it up. But before I go, Gamezy app. Don't
I
forget
won.
to
I won.
download.
I won. By the way, I had Hasaranga as captain in one of my teams, and I had Harshal Patel. I had everybody.
So
strangest
that
of
is
funds.
why, because Siddhant wins a lot in fantasy, he's a fantasy expert. He puts out a video every day before the match starts and giving you tips as to which are the players you could look to pick in the game coming up. So don't forget to check out those
Yes.
videos. They come every evening around 4 p.m. India time.
And today I talked about how they could promote David Willey as a pinch hitter, which exactly happened. They had him at number 4.
Maybe they saw your video because that's enough time now when they must be going on their bus towards the ground.
Browse YouTube. Why not?
Okay, on that note, don't forget to download the Gamezy app and play fantasy cricket. On that, you stand a chance to win up to 5 crore daily in prize money. You can make your teams for 5 over slots as well and make a fresh team in the middle of the innings, which no other app allows you to do.
And don't forget to subscribe.
Don't forget to subscribe.
And don't forget to give Shivam hotspot.
And share this video.
Share this video with your friends who love some quality cricket analysis. Yes.
Yeah.
Shivam, anything
And
else?
of course,
Like, share, subscribe.
all the good stuff.
Share, subscribe to Sports Today. On that note, thank you so much, guys. We enjoyed your company. I hope you enjoyed listening to us.
Yeah.
We'll be back again like every day. We come 45 minutes before the match starts. So that's 6:45
PM
on a single
IST.
match.
And tomorrow, by the way, the battle of the 2 Sids that somebody pointed out.
Yes.
It's the Sid Derby.
CSK versus LSG.
Not Shane,
I don't point
Siddharth.
Siddharth,
will be
who's
coming
not here
tomorrow.
today.
And Siddhant, who's a Lucknow fan.
And I'm with Lucknow.
And